The title, it's not an exaggeration. If you've seen this anime, you know what it means to get an OSHI no code. But before we do this, hold up. Isn't this a re-upload of the same video I published yesterday? Yesterday, what happened? I published a coverage, like 30-40 minute video in which I showed the clip of the incident happening at TwitchCon. What does YouTube do? They send a community guideline strike and take down my video. And the craziest thing is that the incident flagged here is a section that Asmongold showed, that Moist Critical showed, and apparently a real human being reviewed it. No, and I get fucked. And the hypocrisy on YouTube is ridiculous. I know that this video is mostly Twitch fucked up, but just wanted to give you a little like a pretext of what happened yesterday. Here's some other creators too, by the way, covering the Emiru incident, and exact same thing. Their automated system is so fucking garbage. Regardless, I can't let this go. I have to cover this. I spent so much time covering, opening up so many links, doing my due diligence, and we're gonna run it back. So this is the incident. Emiru assaulted at TwitchCon. I can't play the clip because if I do, I'm probably getting banned. In this clip, some dude walks up and literally grabs Emmy and goes in for a kiss. She pushes him away out of shock, and there is no security doing anything until after the incident. The craziest thing is, if that person was not a delusional simp, and thank God he was just a delusional simp, which is a crazy thing for me to say, I know, because this person could have had a knife. A lot of people are speculating something on his holster. Think it was more like a pen or something else. It wasn't really a knife, but this is why fan meetups is so fucking dangerous. And the craziest thing is that TwitchCon is an event that is notoriously known to be dangerous. So many stuff happening at after parties, drinks getting spiked, girls getting roofied, plenty of people getting groped, sexually assaulted. It's been a common occurrence to the point where many creators decided not to go. And what happened days leading up to this? Twitch literally comes in and makes an announcement. What we're doing to keep you safe at TwitchCon, October 8th. They do blah, 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 blah. And we have basically improved the security. 3 hours into the actual event, their top female streamer gets sexually assaulted and it's caught on camera. It's crazy. And what does Dan Clancy, the CEO of Twitch, say to this response? Play the clip.
I'm not gonna drop names here because I wasn't there, so I didn't.
That's who they were.
But I had multiple people tell me that key Twitch representatives last night were out partying.
She's speaking about Dan Clancy himself.
The CEO of Twitch.
Himself, by the way.
He was at the event. Bro is too busy partying.
Was out partying at an influencer event while this was happening.
Sorry, my...
Of course he was, because he's known as Goon Clancy. And the craziest thing is, after the event happened, the CEO gets confronted with this. Listen to this shit.
Now, what happened yesterday obviously was something that we care deeply about, securing this environment. We're looking very closely at everything that happened there, and I care deeply about Emmy. She's a friend of mine.
Yeah, I don't think Emmy would say the same. This guy is so fucking incompetent as the CEO. Like, when he came into position, the previous CEO was really low-key. He didn't do anything. Bro didn't even act as a CEO. I don't think he even knew. This guy comes in as like a relatable, grandpa who plays music in live streams and is hip with the kids. But it turns out he's just a fucking gooner. People saw his recommendation feed. It's all just bathtub, pool, booba sex worker streamers. And you know what? I have nothing against sex workers and OnlyFans creators. You do your thing, get your bag. But this dude is so busy just gooning out of his mind. He doesn't even take into account what the fuck happened. And his response is crazy.
And so I want to see how we can support her. This is just something we have to keep working on. I think everyone identifies our tools in terms of trust and safety as the leaders in the industry.
Leaders in the industry of what? Sexual assaults? Harassment? Like, what are we leading?
About helping creators, but that means there's always more work to be done because that's the world we live in now.
I want you to know again that the person interviewing Dan Clancy here is a woman who was part of Collargate. Okay? This is really completely off topic, but if you look at Taylor Lorenz, Collargate. This is a journalist who got fired for doing something and now is doing fucking news broadcasts about streamers, and she was defending Hassan about how it's impossible for the prongs to be taken off, and in a quick video people show that prongs are absolutely able to be taken out of. Anyways, the purpose of this video is not about Colorgate, but I just wanted to paint a picture of what kind of person this is. And do you really think with this context that this interview is like bipartisan? I think she's just fucking glazing. I think she's just licking his asshole up.
We had posted earlier today that I guess this fan was allowed to cross multiple barriers at TwitchCon. Why should streamers trust Twitch to keep them safe at TwitchCon? Because I feel like simultaneously this has been such a secure event to the point that even like journalists have had struggled. Like, you know, it is very secure.
Secure with what? Let's play this right here. Not this, not this, not this, not this. Right over here. Let's play this. TwitchCon attendee allegedly snuck into Emiru's applicant meet and greet line. This is like a stress test of random people showing how brittle their security is.
Now that I'm done with the meet and greet, I might as well tell you guys, whoa, look at this BMW.
Look at this.
I might as well tell you guys what the, I'm sorry. I might as well tell you guys what the fuck I actually did to get into the line. Hey, I snuck in. I don't know what else to say. I was in line waiting for the meet and greet.
And then what?
And I figured, well, I got some intel that that you had to make a reservation for the meet and greet in the beginning of October.
Yeah.
I never did that. I never did that. I just knew where I had to be, and I executed.
And this is just one example. There's many other clips of people showing how loose the Twitch security was at TwitchCon. There is no security. People just go where they want. So it's not surprising that a random dude would just pull up in like, and this isn't even in like a public area. It's like a private area that's, you know, sectioned off so that they can do, you know, fan signing, right? This blue hair guy is getting a fan signing here. There's no fucking reason someone should be able to just walk in, but because their security is so loose, that's what happened. And the craziest thing, hold up, let's finish this clip first.
But here's this man that just walks up and is somehow able to bypass all these things. So why should they trust the platform when slip-ups or, you know, issues like this have happened?
Well, I mean, as you know, I think you toured some of what we do in terms of security. The reality is, even as you do a lot in terms of security in today's world, there are challenges.
I do agree with that though. I will give him the benefit of the doubt that like it is impossible to have everything perfect when evil will make sure that it'll make its way in, right? I mean, you've seen the Charlie Kirk incident. Do you think that there was no security there? There was high level security there, probably way better security than TwitchCon. But the issue is, it's that they didn't even try. Right? Like you can run this defense, say, listen, no matter how perfect we were, it's going to slip through the cracks. But this isn't a crack. The whole fucking floodgate is open.
That can present themselves, especially when someone is putting themselves out there, right? And so, you know, we try to work very closely with each creator about what they want to do and what works for them, right? So I don't want to get into any...
This is the craziest part. Listen to his words right here. What does he specifically say? We want to work with the creators. Cater towards their interests, right? Listen.
And what works for them, right? So I don't want to get into any, you know, specifics or details, but part of that is working with creators and, you know, trying to find them. Right now, we're definitely, you know, ramping it up to make sure creators know that we have the resources there to help them figure out what's right for them.
Take that, and then we go into this right here. Watch this part right here. Emiru talks about her favorite security guard getting banned from TwitchCon.
I had a security guard 2 years ago.
Private security guard.
Follow me around TwitchCon.
What do you know? It's TwitchCon again.
And he like asked him to stop multiple times. My guard asked him, and the guy wouldn't stop. So he grabbed the guy, but he didn't like hurt him. He was just holding the guy until like the con security came. And then for some reason they're like, yeah, because your security guard touched him, he's like permabanned from the venue forever. But he didn't even hit him or anything. He just like held him while they waited for like the police to come. And,
what the fuck?
And it was like my favorite security guard. I can't have him at TwitchCon anymore.
So take what Goon Clancy just said about working with content creators to take care of their needs. Emiru's personal private security guard who did her job, who did their job, who didn't have unnecessary violence, right? None of that police brutality shit. Simply just lock the guy in because he was being a creep, got banned. And she has to now come in with other personnel that is not as competent. Do you see how fucked this is happening? And another question is, I'm sure a lot of people will say, well, why did Emiru go? Wasn't she warned? Wasn't she warned that TwitchCon is creepy, that this incident is gonna happen? Well, here's the thing. Play this clip. Twitch contract requires Emiru to attend meet and greet to keep TwitchCon show amid safety concerns.
So I had to cancel my meet and greet because of the stuff.
This is another creator, right? I think her name is Senna, and they're talking about, you know, basically like their meet and greet expectations.
I had to cancel my meet and greet because of the stuff, but...
What do you think the stuff means right here? Weird, creepy dudes coming in trying to sexually harass them.
In order to... I can't cancel my meet and greet and not cancel her show because of the fact that the reason I cancel my meet and greet is I don't want to be in the same place for 2 hours.
Do you understand how crazy that is of a statement? If you don't understand what she meant by 2 hours, that is the time period in which if you go past that, weird, creepy dudes will show up, stalk them, and find where they are to harass them. And it's insane that like this metric is even like something meta, like something that they know of, because of how many times they've done IRL events and how many times creepy weird dudes pull up and harass them. Like these are problems that I would have never even thought about, but it's so fucked up that like 2 hours is literally the standard meta.
Because of people being weird.
Okay.
And then I'm under contract with them, so I can't cancel one and not cancel the other.
Interesting.
And then what does Emiru say?
Oh.
So I'm sorry,
I kept my meet and
Emmy.
greet because I wanted to keep my show. Surely it'll be
I'm
fine.
sorry.
And that's the part right there, right? Play it again.
I wanted to keep my show.
She wanted to keep her show, right? Because she had a cosplay event happening at TwitchCon. And what does Twitch do? They bind her and literally makes her risk her life, prevent her private best bodyguard from pulling up. For fucking what? For the meet and greet to happen? Because like Twitch literally forced this down. And yes, I understand that like Emiru probably should have sacrificed the cosplay event to be completely safe. I think that she most likely felt bad for everyone involved, the people organizing, the people, you know, working on this, as well as the applicants, to cancel a show like that, right? In order to, I guess, please them, she decided to take the risk. But like, bro, this shit literally could have been Oshinoko happening. All it takes is one fucking schizo person. Again, thank God this person was just a delusional simp and not a crazy incel ready to go radical and stab Emiru. It's fucking disgusting. And this statement comes out after the event. After the event, listen to their careful wording here. The safety and security of all those attending TwitchCon is our highest priority. The behavior displayed by the individual involved in the incident yesterday involving a high-profile streamer, notice how they do not mention Emiru specifically, was completely unacceptable and deeply upsetting. In line with existing TwitchCon security protocols, law enforcement and event security were on site and responded to the incident. We immediately blocked this individual from returning to the TwitchCon premises, and they're abandoned indefinitely from Twitch. Bullshit. Fucking lie. You know why? Because let's play this clip.
Clip got posted. Again, thank God someone was filming, because otherwise I don't think Twitch would have said anything.
Twitch is literally trying to cover this up. Genuinely. They will not name drop her. They're acting as if this never happened. And you know what? To play a little defense, you should not admit guilt, right? If you admit fault, then that could be used against you in a court of law, and it's a bad look. But still, you can tell like where their priorities are right now.
So after that, I start getting a lot of messages. I'm responding to people, and my manager comes back to me, and she's upset. She's like, okay, I've been talking to Twitch people, and I'm really upset because I noticed a lot of negligence around the event, and I'm not happy with the way that they're handling it now. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, well, I asked them, you know, like, what are they gonna do about this?
Nothing.
And you know what they said initially? They said, oh, well, he's banned from the platform for 30 days.
I'm sure that's going to prevent sexual assaults from happening. I'm sure that's really going to prevent, you know, IRL incidents from happening. Thank God he got banned for 30 days. Later on, got changed to indefinite. Still, what does a fucking ban on his account do?
What? And then she's obviously like, hello? Like, that needs to be indefinite. What the fuck are you talking about? Also, that's like,
It's fucking insane. And like, this guy got to walk away, by the way. Like, this is an actual fucking lie right here. If I want to play the clip, but I can't because I'm afraid that I'm going to get banned by YouTube, right? I can't break the fucking stupid ass TOS policy that other people get away with. But essentially, the security guard pushes him away after Emiru gets assaulted. The bro just casually walks away. And there's also other clips of him outside the venue just walking. And it's like, wow, that is unfucking believable. So just lies, by the way. We are coordinating with the impacted creators team and per our standard protocols continue to cooperate with any law enforcement investigations. We've increased security at the meet and greet attendee check-in point and we'll have additional security personnel surrounding participating streamers. But it's like, why does this matter? It like, do you know what happens when you multiply, you know, something by like 0? Like, you're trying to say we're going to double the security? It's still fucking 0. If you've RSVP'd for a meet and greet, please note that we are unable to accommodate +1s for remembering this event. Twitch has 0 tolerance for harassment or acts that inhibit the safety and security of our community. I think that's bullshit. That's just corporate legal talk. I don't think they actually care about, you know, Emiru's well-being. The fact that like nobody went in and checked on her is very telling. There's even more clips here and here. What's this clip? Hold up. Let's play this one.
been stabbed yesterday. Literally, like.
Yep.
I have also seen people asking if I'm like taking any type of legal action.
She should.
I am pressing charges against.
Absolutely, she should.
With the police. As for anything else, I don't know yet because I've been having my manager
Twitch stuff.
handle all of those like side conversations. So I have.
It's crazy. I think it's gonna happen, bro. And then here's an actual official response, right? Hello, everyone. I'm okay, and thank you for all the kind messages. Sorry I cannot respond to them all. Yesterday, the man who assaulted me was allowed to cross multiple barriers at TwitchCon and even in front of another creator's meet and greet to grab me in my face to try to kiss me. That's crazy. Another creator's meet and greet was breached in order to get to Emiru. Fortunately, he wasn't able to, but a lot of people have pointed out it could have been a lot worse. I'm obviously shaken about what happened. It's not the first time I've dealt with something like this, but to tell you honestly, I'm a lot more hurt and upset by how Twitch handled it during it and after the fact. Like I said, don't understand how he was allowed to make it into to me in the first place. Security in the clip who reacts is my own security. It's true. My favorite and usual security guard was banned for holding a stalker arm to bring into police. Again, the clip that we saw. However, there were at least 3 or 4 other TwitchCon security staff in the area who did not react and let the guy walk away. And you can see in the clip, since they don't even appear in the frame, the woman who is walking me away is my own personal manager. And behind the booth, the only 2 people who were checking on me or comforting me were her boyfriend, her and my friend. None of the TwitchCon staff came to ask what happened or if I was okay. My friend who was present told me Twitch security were also behind the booth afterwards, joking about how they didn't even see what happened and immediately laughing and moving on to talk about something else. This sounds like fiction. It doesn't sound real to me. I'm gonna believe her. I don't think she would lie. Like, but it's just crazy to me that this is like actually happening. They would laugh about the situation. Like, ha ha ha, wow. Our top female streamer almost got stabbed. Crazy day, huh? Anyways, go next. Like, what? Why is the culture like this? So no one was checking if I was okay or if I needed anything. And they left the guy run away initially. By the way, literally didn't even run away. He walked away. I have no idea what anyone hired to keep the event safe was doing. In Twitch's statements, they said that the guy was immediately caught and detained. I'm sorry, that's a fucking lie. He was allowed to walk away from my meet and greet, and I didn't hear he was caught until hours after he attacked me. Thank God he got caught later. And it felt like this only happened because of my manager pressing for it, not because TwitchCon staff present thought it was a big deal. Yes, I straight up think if no one was recording the incident, they would have just said, you're making it up. Fake news. Sweep it under the rug and act as nothing happened because Twitch's best interest is what? protecting their creators who make their platform? No. Twitch's best interest is to just cover their own ass, lie and gaslight, and make sure that, hey, TwitchCon is a perfect event. Nothing bad is happening. Don't worry about it. Move on. I have a lot more I want to say, but I will say it on stream later today instead of writing a book on here. Thank you guys again. Sorry you all to see that. This is definitely my last TwitchCon, and it saddens me to say, as a 10-year off and on attendee of TwitchCon, I think other creators should seriously consider not attending in the future. I do not feel cared for or protected. Even bringing my own security and stuff, I can't imagine how creators without those options would feel. Stay safe, y'all. Everything is going to be okay. Fucking disgusting. And there's a full video here, 48 minutes long, of Emiru going into depth of what's going on. And to, I guess, end it on a positive note, this is it. This is the event of what Emiru risked her life for.
I have no idea where to stand right now.
Yeah, we're kind of just walking around. But
Cosplay event.
Before we started, we wanted to give a huge shout out to the cosplay community, all the people who came out here, all the people who worked really hard on cosplaying tonight. Thank you guys so much. And I hope you guys liked the show today.
It's crazy, man. Like, thank God Emmy actually, you know, nothing bad happened, and there's so many people obviously standing ovations for Emmy, just popping off, right? Chanting her name. So at the very least, like, it ended on a good note. But it's crazy to imagine what could have happened due to Twitch's negligence. And like, this is like not like a one-time thing. It's been every year, TwitchCon, people getting harassed, not just female creators, male creators too. Like NMPLL, Wake, they both got like groped, literally, just listen, I guess it's because of the double standards in our society. People don't really care when like men get sexually harassed or, you know, raped straight up, right? Like if a girl's titties gets fondled publicly, it's like, holy shit, that's a no-no. But if a guy's pectorals gets grabbed, it's like, haha, just a joke, right? They swept it under the rug. Nothing fucking came of it, right? Because they don't actually care about like protecting their creators. All they care about is their personal brand image, and so many worse things have happened. So many worse things I think will happen if this keeps going. So many people are talking about this shit, and I just wanted to cover this shit because it's fucking disgusting. Hate the fact that fucking YouTube fucking censored this bullshit to have to take a whole ass fucking course about how nudity and sexual content policy, whatever. And why do people behave like this, right? I don't think, and some people, even Dan Clancy, they allude that like, this is Emiru's fault low-key. They don't explicitly say it, but in this interview, there's other clips where they talk about how, you know, these are preventable stuff that could have happened if, you know, creators were able to moderate their community better, right? That this needs to be proactive, and you need to make sure that, you know, you are cultivating, you know, fans that are reasonable. I'm paraphrasing here, but that's what he's saying. And it's like, are you fucking serious? You're straight up gonna be victim blaming, you know, in this act of sexual assault happening. Like, no matter, just like what Dan Clancy is saying, his argument here was what? That no matter how good the security is, crazy people will find a way. I think that the same argument will apply to his stance about you need to moderate your community better. No matter how fucking well you moderate the community, there's gonna be crazy people no matter what. And the issue with this is the fact that it is all parasocial delusions. There is an element of content creation specifically in live streaming that just gets people so riled up, especially IRL streaming, in real life streaming. Because when you make a YouTube video, you don't really engage with the creator. This is a pre-recorded video and you comment and maybe there's some brief engagement. When you do a live stream, you are there live and a person that you enjoy is actually responding to you. And low-key, you spend more time with that creator, that streamer, than you do with your actual family. And inevitably, parasocial relationships forms, and parasocial relationships itself isn't bad. It's just that when it becomes too much, there's a lot of lonely, depressed, you know, men who think that like they have a chance with female streamers. This happens a lot with specifically female streamers. There are crazy cases with male streamers too, but here's just another example that I want to bring up of what I mean by absolute insane schizos that female content creators have to deal with. And right over here. This is an incident that happened not too long ago. Korean streamer Yoonjia has died after being murdered by a viewer in his 50s who has sent her nearly $70,000. There's so many mentally ill, depressed, lonely men who think that they can buy a streamer. They think that they can actually be their like boyfriend. And this delusion gets caught up, and then inevitably, incident like this is gonna happen. No amount of moderation will ever prevent this. This is an inherent problem that will never go away. And it's just part of the game, which is fucking disgusting. That's why security needs to be so good. And you have this motherfucker going off to parties complaining about how like it should have been, you know, the creators to actually moderate the community. And they talk about how good their fucking like security is. It's a fucking joke, man. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen in this upcoming weeks where Dan Clancy and many other CEOs are being brought up to congressional meetings, right? They're going to be interviewed and asked questions about the state of their platform and blah, blah, blah. I don't think anything is actually going to happen. But like, it's crazy how Twitch is still at the focus of controversy over and over again because their leadership and like their executive staff, it's so fucking poor. Like Emiru has made other statements, like in this video, right? There's other parts where she talks about like, there's people that are not rank and file employees that are literally executive, you know, decision staff saying it's not a big deal. We banned the guy for 30 days. It's gonna be okay. And it's just like, what are you fucking talking about? It's rotten from inside out. Leadership literally needs to change, and people that actually understand what it means to live stream needs to get in and change something, because if not, bro, Twitch is straight up just dying. It's never been really profitable, right? Amazon just keeps Twitch around because it is like still the biggest market leader. It has the most amount of live streaming audience, but different avenues like Kick, it's becoming more normalized. There's other places to go, and people are gonna wonder, why the fuck should we stay here when there's so many questionable behaviors happening, when there's such insane level of biased moderation happening, random VTubers getting fucking permit for showing a little bit of like thong line, while you have actual fucking titties, just like people having sex on stream, and then they get banned for a day. It's just like, where's the priority in this? None of it makes any sense. And like, more people need to talk about this, because if nothing happens, the platform that you love to watch, it's sad to see what's happened to it. It is straight up going down this shitter. There's a video by Asmongold, by the way, that I think that you guys should go check out too. I thought about reacting to this. I skimmed over to see exactly what he's talking about, but this is the one, right? Twitch is dead. Here's how we got here. Cockroach Lord made a 17-minute video explaining about this state of Twitch and its downfall over the last 10 years. And straight up, I think it is in its worst iteration right now. Anyways, that's it from me. Please go check out at least Emiru's channel. Here's a link to the video. Go give us some engagement. Go give us some likes. Boost that engagement up. I don't want this shit to blow over. It's a fucking disgusting act that happened. Should never happen again.